guys, it's Kelly from Cards by Christine here with you on a Technique Thursday to share with you a beautiful card using the Birdhouse technique. So, what do you think that means? We're gonna make this birdhouse, and I just love it. I cased this card from, I think she was French, and gave it my own little flair, and I just love, love, love how it turned out. So, I'm going to put this over here. And then I'm gonna do this next card on Crumb Cake. I was so indecisive, as I am an extremely indecisive person, and I just couldn't decide if I wanted to do it on basic white or crumb cake. So I'm going to do it now on each and see which one I like better. So this is a standard card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11. The first thing we're going to do is score it down the middle at 5 1/2. And then we have to do the diagonal scores. So we're gonna go up 3 3/4. Sorry. And make a little tick mark on each side at 3 3/4. Okay, then we're going to bring our scorer back in, and we're gonna connect the diagonals. Now, when you do that, so I have a tick mark here and a tick mark here. So you're gonna center the tick marks in the center of the groove. Then you're gonna take your scoring blade and score. And then we're gonna make the other cross here and here. I'm guessing you cannot see that from quite so far away, so I'm gonna try to bring that up to you. All right, let's see here. Can you see the little tick marks? Maybe. Sorry. And if that doesn't make sense, just let me know. But I think the next step will really solidify it. So that's all we need to do in terms of scoring. So now we're going to take and fold on each of the score lines. So once they're each folded, then you can go in and close the card and then bring your bone folder in to really give it a nice crease. So now we have our beautiful little birdhouse. I should have done for the video the white because it would show up better against my table here, but oops. Okay, so then we have to make the matte piece, and I wanted to do it ahead of time so that you didn't have to sit here and watch me fumble through it. So let me just grab a piece of scrap paper to show you how I cut that. Sorry. I never thought of that ahead of time. Okay, so we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna cut it down to a matte size. So that would be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so again, we're gonna measure. This time we need to measure 2 inches. Make a tick mark, and then up 3 1/2 from the bottom. Okay, so now a tip here on how to make a nice clean cut. So line up your tick marks. Now you don't want to crumple the corners, so you're gonna bring your blade into the middle and go up bring it back to the middle, and go down. If you were to pull from the top to bottom of your peaks here, you would really crumple the corner. So again, pierce it in the middle, lift up your track, bring it back to the middle, and bring it up. All right, so there's your little birdhouse piece. So then, what I did was I brought some dimensionals and popped this whole layer up. Whole bunch of dimensionals. I also put dimensionals behind the birds, so that kind of became a double stack. If you, like for mailing reasons or for preference reasons, don't like that, you could have just glued your birds flat down, and then you wouldn't have had to have that extra height on the bird level. That's a preference thing. I just like the shadow that it creates when you have the extra height behind the birds. So that's why I did it. Okay, so now we're gonna take and stick this bad boy on the front. And I'll walk you through how I made the rest, because I just love this card. I think it's so gorgeous. I like to flip it over and just give it a little extra tender love. Okay, so for the birdhouse front piece, I used In Good Taste, this beautiful wood texture. Then for the birds, I used Early Espresso. This is Poppy Parade light blend. And then this little wing, which I know is really hard to see, is a stamped off crumb cake. Okay, then we have these leaves are from this twig piece of the bird dies, Birds and More dies. And I cut all of them off the branches, but I wanted that nice green color in there, and I'm so glad I did. Then these flowers are in Blushing Bride, and that's actually from the In Bloom dies. I wanted a small little flower. Okay, and then I'm kind of going all over the place. I'm so sorry, but in the Birds and More's dies, I used this beautiful die to cut out the center. Then I used Birds and Branches, and I think I already kind of covered that because those are the birds that I stamped. But yeah, last but not least, I didn't know exactly what sentiment I wanted to use. So I grabbed a thank you sentiment from Sweet Strawberry. And I really actually like how that font was just so like kind of free and scripty. And then it pulls in that Poppy Parade that is on the birdies chest. I think those are little robins. I'm not the best, to be honest with you, at birds. And I do want to give credit where credit is due. This card was inspired by my husband, of all people. Last night, he saw me scrolling on my phone, and he was wondering what I was doing. And it's like, oh, I'm trying to come up with some inspiration for my next Technique Thursday card. And he's like, well, what did you do the last 2 weeks? And I showed him, and they were both flowers. And he's like, well, does it have to be flowers? You know, he doesn't really understand what I'm doing. I said, no, of course not. And he said, well, what about birds? And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, he's not very crafty or creative, but I really like when he is engaging in something that I like, I really want to promote it. So I said, okay. So then I kind of was looking up birds, and I just was struck by this. Like I said, I think it was a French demonstrator who had this idea to make a birdhouse themed card with the special fold, and I just kind of ran with it. It's really cool. I love it. So what do you think? Do you love it? I'm really sorry if this has inspired you to need to purchase this set, but it's awesome. I love it, and I'm so glad that I found this inspiration and was able to present it to you. So I hope you have a wonderful Technique Thursday, and I can't wait for you to catch Chris later tonight.